New breed, global truth.
They working against us. They hate our souls. They hate us. They hate our righteous indignation. They hate the exhortation that dwells in us. They hate our love. They hate our conviction. They hate the fact that we repented. They hate the fact that we're truthful, honest, and bold. They hate our courage. Them devils hate us. We're not finna line ourselves up with these weirdos and freaks, with these weirdos and freaks. They working against us. They hate our souls. Weirdos and freaks. But these weirdos and freaks, they working against us. They hate our souls. New breed.
What up, what up, what up, what up? We're coming through live and direct. Welcome to New Breed Global Truth. I'm your host, Brother New Breed. I see you brothers and sisters rolling in. Sticky Finger in the building. Warfare on the Mind is in the house. Javid Percy, Dre Static, salute. Let's see, House of God in the building. Joe Bud, TZT, what's happening? Elijah P, what's up? Kim C, Simona Curry's in the building. Bashir is in the building. Listen, man, we're about to go in. You know I like to keep y'all informed to what's going on. And brothers and sisters, I know it's summertime. And everybody is outside. But I want y'all to be careful out here. I want you to be extremely careful because there's a terrifying trend that's sweeping the internet right now. It's all on TikTok, IG, X, YouTube. And there seems to be an emergence of sex Magick Covens. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I like to stay abreast of things like this because you got to be aware. Because there's people out there that are doing things behind closed doors that you would never expect. And it's a cesspool out there. And some of the things that they're doing is spiritually dangerous. See, ladies and gentlemen, We are living in a spiritual warfare. And you got to be careful who you make soul ties with, who you connect with in real time, because you can actually lose your soul. You can lose yourself. You can start having the inability to think for yourself. You can be possessed by one of these entities, whether it be succubus or the incubus spirit, because we're talking about witches and warlocks, right? But predominantly, we're going to hone in on the witches because they're very outright and forthcoming with their practices. And they put it on the forefront, right? And it's a crazy, crazy world. Once you see what these people are into, you know, it's going to make you think twice before you go out here and roll the dice. All right. So I want everybody to pound the like button on your way in. Let's get the likes up. I see y'all rolling in. With no further ado, let's go right into the video. Let's go.
Love me. What I'm really interested in is love. Might say I'm addicted to love.
That sounds just like that little old lady on Poltergeist, don't it? How many of y'all remember Poltergeist? Good gracious. That was nightmare fuel. But believe it or not, there are women out here doing love spells, laying up in pentagrams, lighting their candles, getting their manifestation journals. This stuff is real. Even though, you know, it may seem a little sensationalized on this introduction here, but no, ladies and gentlemen, people really are into this type of stuff. But let's go.
You want to take a girl up there now? You want some?
What is it?
Well, I met this great-looking guy, and I used love magic on him. And he got really weird on me. All these emotions sort of...
Did you know that nearly half of US TV streaming time is on Roku? With Roku's new self-service ad tool, it's easy to set up your own CTV campaign.
Now, what it's doing is showing you a brief rendition of how this is conducted, right? You know, what we're going to do is we're going to transition into modern day sex magic and rituals, but this is what these people are really into. And I know it's creepy. Let's just bear through. This is just the introduction of the video. It's going to get into the viral trends here in a moment. But this is hella cringy. I get it.
I would do anything for love.
So today's video is a video I really don't like that I even had to make, but unfortunately I have to make.
We're going to fast forward right to the sources. Look at the stuff that these people are doing, y'all. Look at the love spells that they are doing. But let's go.
But people have been doing that, and it's a thing. Strip away their pride with this potent ritual. On the sole of your left foot, you'll write the name of the person who is acting lofty and challenging. You'll apply your favorite scent to your soap and scrub the sole of your foot with the soap and perfume. It will fade a bit, but it's okay. Leave it that way for the entire day.
So you got these women out there writing y'all's names at the bottom of their feet. If you basically, if you being too complicated. Now, listen, this stuff is foolish. This is crazy stuff. But these people really believe in this stuff. And if you're not a person who is walking with the Messiah, if you're not a person who has a relationship with the Most High, because of their beliefs and their intentions, this stuff can work on an unsuspected person. And I know it sounds crazy, but these are the type of things that these witches are doing. These dusty ass witches that want to control masculinity and control men. So you fellas better be careful. You catch a joint out here scrubbing her feet, You thinking she just scrubbing the corns and calluses. You thinking she just trying to get those Frito-Lays off her feet. You got to check for ink marks, man. What's happening now in 2025 where you got to check for ink marks, right? Because you don't know if these bras is doing sex magic or not. Let's go.
You'll be walking around with this written on all day. I guarantee this person will come to you humbled and crawling. I hope you have the chance to carry out this spell and let me know in the comments how it went.
Men can 100% do bedroom magic on men, and believe it or not, that is the reason why S-workers or ex-S-workers like myself are demonized by men and demonized under religion. As a woman, you have life force energy because you are able to create a whole life inside of you. So you already have everything that you have needed to be able to have you manifest, to be able to have you take things and make it more abundant.
Now imagine this. These women are using their womb to cultivate and manifest control. Now, understand this because this is deep, y'all. And I want y'all to understand this is going all across social media. They're literally teaching these women these things, and they're really doing them because these things have millions of views. Ladies and gentlemen, millions of views. Now, peep this. The scriptures tell us right off the bat, lust, and this is Proverbs 6:25, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for precious life. You brothers got to be careful. Y'all, I know women is out here. It's summertime. But listen, some of these bras is bizarre as hell. Some of these bras is beyond throwed out here. And I want to make this very clear. Sex magic is a very real ritual. And these women like to cloak in their aesthetics, in their beauty, and they call it divine feminine. But behind the veil, ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot more dark, sinister things happening. But anyway, let's continue.
Men have been very aware of this, okay? For centuries, men have known this about women. And women are able to alchemize sexual energy that is taken from men to be able to uplift, empower, and also
They can alchemize. They're practicing alchemy. Brothers, they keeping y'all sperms. Y'all got to be careful, man. Hey, these women will take your bodily fluids and use it for alchemy. This is what she's talking about doing right now. Taking your energy and alchemizing it. I mean, they doing all kind of things. Listen, in 2025, you got to be careful out here in these streets. You got to be extremely careful. It's deeper than most people realize. What we witnessing online with these so-called trends, it ain't just entertainment. This is spiritual warfare. These sex magic covens are all about seduction, y'all. Millions of people are watching them. Listen, a lot of the women watching, they don't even know they spiritually being attacked, even just watching this stuff. That's why we have to draw the line and expose what's in the dark, because women get led astray very easily without no guidance, no leadership. They get led astray, led into, foolish, vain deceit, because they hear this stuff and it just sounds cool to them. They get involved. No, this stuff is evil, y'all. Let's go.
so make themselves more financially stable. And this is why it is always shamed. The Bonnie Blue woman that slept with 100 men, she is 100% using the energy of men to make herself more powerful, to make herself have more energy.
Wow. So, brothers, this goes to show that a woman can drain your energy. if you're dealing with a woman and you find yourself extremely tired, exhausted, every time you deal with this woman, she seems to be getting more light, more vibrant. She seems to be excelling. She seems to have energy. She seems to have some pep in her step. But you dealing with this woman, it just drains your energy. And if you feeling like that, brothers, you gotta pay attention to what's going on. And yes, Nicola, it's not just women, it is men too, but we predominantly speaking about women right now because men don't get online and really talk about this. But there's definitely warlocks out there, but we're going to address that in due time. But that's that Jezebel energy. When you start seeing that, brothers, you gotta really start questioning that woman. This is crazy.
Blue woman that slept with 100 men, she is 100% using the energy of men to make herself more powerful.
So you have this woman who slept with 100 men to make herself more powerful. I'm telling you, it's a real scary situation, real dangerous scenario. Because when y'all think about social media right now, how many women are scantily clad? How many women are online posting in various photographs? That's sex magic too, because it's thousands, millions of men that are releasing their energy to these women. Millions of men. What do you think is happening? Those women are becoming empowered. They're becoming financially rich. They're becoming stable. Pretty much taking from the man's energy, taking from all those men's energy. That's how sex magic works. The art of seduction. That's the art of seduction. This is crazy.
To make herself have more energy, to make herself be able to gain more money, because she also specifically, just like men, she is using younger men to be able to do this. Youthful energy is untapped energy. Okay, which means that it is a fresh new portal. This is also the reason why men like to go after younger women. I've been a succubus before. Okay, I've been a succubus before. And when you actually are tapped into your power, you can manipulate men and you literally can control men through your essence, through your sexual energy without.
Do y'all hear this? She talking about she been a succubus before. How was she delivered from that succubus demon? How could she say she was a succubus? No, you are a succubus. It takes real deliverance from the Messiah for you to get over that. That don't just go away. That don't just go away. Yup. A lady in the chat says her name is Sheba. She says she doesn't want a man that she can manipulate. Well, a lot of women these days that's exactly what they want.
Having to do anything. Men have literally had dreams about me. I've been able to just literally call the universe and say, hey, I want this man to text me, or I want this man to do a favor for me, and he will do it. Okay.
Wow. Why? Because they practice in alchemy. Now, what do the scriptures say? Let's go here. Leviticus 20:6. And the soul that turneth after such as have familiar spirits, and after wizards, to go whoring after them, I will even set my face against that soul and will cut him off from among his people. And that goes for you women whoring after warlocks, wizards, anybody who has familiar spirits. You brothers going after women who they happen to look good, but they don't know what the hell they into. It's scary out here these days. You really got to be on point. You really got to be on point. Now, listen to what she's saying, because this is what's really happening right now in the world.
without having to do anything. Men have literally had dreams about me. I've been able to just literally call the universe and say, hey, I want this man to text me, or I want this man to do a favor for me, and he will do it. Okay, that is how powerful the energy that you have inside of you, that is how powerful it is. So the energy is most definitely there for you to tap into, for you to be able to take it from men. Okay, and you can do it at a grand scale as compared to men can.
If a person don't want you and you do a spell to make that person come back, did you know every little thing that person don't like gonna come on their mind? Let's say you got a man, right? The only thing make him mad is when you keep going out with your friends or dudes keep hollering at you. Did you know this how the devil works? The devil will send all those different kind of men to talk to you, knowing your man crazy. All of a sudden, your man want to jump on you, put his hands on you, and men put spells on women too.
Yeah, and see, that's crazy, because what he's saying is those demons that was conjured up through whatever spell that woman used essentially would torment that guy and make him lose his mind. I done seen some of these guys really crash out. I'm talking about really crash out and also just lose their minds altogether and be just tweaked out. Why? Because these women, man, putting these spells on these brothers, and they don't know why they losing their mind. They don't know what's going on. And some of these guys, they be out here really murking these women, and vice versa, right? Vice versa. He's about to touch on that.
Trying to make that woman stay with him because she fine, she got this and that. I don't want nobody to have him. I'm telling you, some of these women go crazy over a man. And then all of a sudden, different women in your inbox, all of a sudden, all these folks trying to talk to you, she think you cheating, and you done broke her heart so many times. That woman gonna do something to you and do something to them women too. Y'all better be careful playing with this stuff now. It's real out here.
Yeah, I mean, real talk. A lot of the times, some of these murders that we see taking place, listen, with people just crashing out, burning people's houses down and wilding. Look, that stuff coming from sex magic. Those soul ties and bonds, if connected to those foul spirits, ain't no telling what can happen, man. That's why I'm saying, man, you gotta be careful out here. It's important to ask somebody, what do you believe in? And somebody talking about they spiritual, that's not enough. I'm not trying to hear that. You got some women out here who are seductresses. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, man, I can honestly say, man, the Lord saved my life many times. I could be, listen, the way I grew up and the things I seen in my life and the amount of women that I've dealt with, women from all walks of life, it's a wonder. Why? Because, this is how we was raised up in the 80s and 90s. We was raised to be savages. We was raised to be a Bill Bellamy, how to be a player. We was raised to be womanizers. We was raised to just do what we do with no type of recourse. And I know a couple people who had the root on them. I had an uncle that had the root on him. He was standing in the driveway talking about, y'all see them red lights? What red lights, Unc? Y'all don't see them people coming? What people? Y'all hear that shit? Hear what? I'm telling you. Because the root was on them. I'm telling you, bro. It was dangerous. We was rolling dice. Brothers, we can't be doing that. Listen, I'm going to tell y'all this right now. I don't know who this message for, but all you young brothers out there, man, focus on your money. Focus on getting to your money. Focus on your fitness. Focus on your health. Stop chasing these broads, bro. Whoever meant for you gonna come. I ain't telling you not to enjoy your life, not to have a good time, but stop chasing these broads. Pray the Most High send you the right woman or women. Stop it. Because it's wild out here. If you go against the grain and then you just go out here and deal with a shorty just because she looking a certain way, you don't know what that broad into. Yo, these broads is man eaters. straight man eaters. Like man, there's so many stories, bro. What's the one broad? The Meg Thee Stallion chick, she did a video. Somebody said 100 New Breed, you talking from experience. Yes, I lived the life. And I'm not proud of it. I ain't proud of none of it. But I'm saying I have that experience. Not saying that I've ever had a root put on me, and I probably did. But the Most High probably had grace. I might have had a root put on me, but the Most High was like, nah, we're not going to have you in a chicken coop. We ain't going to have you wilding out. Most High was like, nah, we need that mind of yours. Like, you can't be out here playing with fire. It's dangerous. A man can't take fire in his bosom and not be burnt. You can't just be walking on hot coals and think your feet ain't going to get burned. Stop playing with these women out here these days. They be real live witches and succubus. Like nowadays, when you see a shorty, if she dressed a certain way, you got to learn how to turn your head. Like, I ain't even about to be having my face all up the crack of her ass and she dressed like that. I'm not even going, I ain't even going to pay shorty no attention. That's the level you got to get on. Because while you focus on your future, you focus on your destiny, you focus on doing right in your life. You focus on longevity. Brothers, women are going to be there. They're going to be there. I don't know who this message for, but y'all brothers got to hear this. They're going to be there. Take your time to do what you need to do. You ain't got to chase them. You listen, you operate on your leisure. When you got time for it, if you want to talk to a shorty, that's what you do. But it's on your leisure. If you listen, your priorities got to be straight. You got to get that money right. You got to get your independence in order. Get that business situated. Because when you go against the grain, you in the danger zone. That's where the witches come in. Same thing with you ladies. That's where the warlocks come in. When you're not really building that relationship with the creator, when you're not really staying celibate, if you casually dating and going from one to the next, you don't really have time to really center yourself and get back to you. And now, you get swept off your feet by a damn wizard or a warlock. Somebody out here doing spells and magic and all of that. Let's go.
Please be careful out here. Women are playing a dirty game just to keep a man. They are doing love spells. They are doing witchcraft, black magic to keep the man for the woman he truly loves. I experienced this. A lady had put witchcraft on me. I had it on for years.
Said a lady put witchcraft on her. She said she had it on her for years. Let's hear this.
Had it on me for years. She caused chaos in my home. She caused me to lose my baby. But God is about to reveal the truth. Please be careful out here. Be careful who you sleeping with. Be careful who you laying with. Be careful. Mm-hmm. It's a dangerous word out here.
So I guess she was laying with a lady. She talking about be careful who you laying with, who you was sleeping with. A lady put a spell on her. So, you got to understand that alternative lifestyle really puts you in a danger zone. You know what I'm saying? I understand that pop culture got you ladies thinking it's cool to be, dealing with other women and things of that nature. Ain't nothing cool about that. You know what I'm saying? Man and men and women and all that. Nah. See, that's opening you up for even more demons, even more spells. That's crazy.
People don't play fair.
So let's talk about potential consequences of casting a love spell. Number one, what could happen is that because love spells don't create love, you can't magic your way into love.
Exactly. And that's what these witches believe, that they can magically make somebody love them. No, that's not love. That's obsession. And obsession is dangerous. And the only reason the spells work on those individuals because they have spiritual deficiencies. They don't know what God they're serving. They may not have a praying mother, a praying father, a praying grandmother. And so they put in these, you know what I'm saying, put under these spells, and it actually works. Let's go though. She's talking about how they can backfire, and they will backfire if you go against a child of the Most High.
Word than a feeling word. So what instead love magic does is create attachment. So it's actually closer related to binding spells than it is to any sort of love spells or enlightenment spells. So, okay. So number one option might be that partner may become so attached that they might find themselves in an obsessive space. And what a horrible thing to do to somebody. But that can happen with that person becoming obsessed about the target. The caster might act out of that because they probably will feel fairly unhappy with that. They may end up taking it on themselves or the caster or other people in their vicinity.
So that's the reason why you see some of these people crashing out. Like I said, somebody said it. You called it, Breed. Right. If somebody is not understanding their own emotions, they got obsession, they're miserable in that state of mind because they're not really in love with the person. They are under a binding spell, so they're actually miserable. It's like almost on some Get Out stuff. It's like they really don't want to be there, but they don't know why they're there. They don't know why they stay. They don't know why they're in the situation. They want out. I'm telling you. And that will cause somebody to lose their damn minds, man. Let me go to a scripture here. Ephesians 6:12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, wickedness, powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Telling you right now. And a lot of these women, they moving together in unison with these viral traits, because they know there's power in numbers. That's why the Bible warns us about spiritual agreements, gatherings that just not of the Most High. Even when you see these broads chanting, dancing, and performing, and they doing these little acts together in the club, listen, they creating portals there. Portals can be created there. Man, I remember one time I was out, just when I was living in South Carolina. Y'all know it was just straight out of a movie. I'm just sitting there chilling. These two women just start dancing together, right? And they just doing this with their fingers. It was like straight out of a movie, bro. But I guarantee they were cultivating some kind of energy. Telling you, man, y'all brothers gotta be careful. You don't know what these broads be into. Y'all don't know what they on, what type of time they on. That's why it's best to just you stay focused on the money. Listen, women are going to come regardless. Women are always going to be there, whether you dusty or successful. The question is, what caliber of women do you want to deal with? And just because you got money, don't mean you dealing with a good caliber of woman. You want a woman, women or a woman that's spiritually rich, that believe the same thing you believe. Telling you, bro.
Option two is it creates, because the person's will has been infringed by this love spell.
Now we got to go back to this because she just dropped a jewel about this. Listen.
It's a certain level of consciousness. Love requires a certain level of wanting to be present. Love requires a certain level of maturity.
Mm-hmm. You can't put something on
a love spell.
You can't force something on somebody. You can't force somebody to love you. You can't force somebody to be faithful. You can't force somebody to be a certain way. Let's go.
Number one, what could happen is that because love spells don't create love, you can't magic your way into love. Love requires a certain level of consciousness. Love requires a certain level of wanting to be present. Love requires a certain level of maturity. And it's really more of an action word than a feeling word. So what instead love magic does is create attachment. So it's actually closer related to binding spells than it is to any sort of love spells or enlightenment spells. So, okay. So number one option might be that partner may become so attached that they might find themselves in an obsessive space. And what a horrible thing to do to somebody. But that can happen with that person becoming obsessed about the target. The caster might act out of that because they probably will feel fairly unhappy with that. They may end up taking it on themselves or the caster or other people in their vicinity. Option 2 is it creates, because the person's will has been infringed by this love spell, you actually might get the opposite reaction. After the initial burst of attachment, you might actually find that person gets super pissed at you and resentful.
Wow. So it may work temporarily. And then, you know, old boy or old girl wakes up out of the get out spell and like, hold on, what the fuck? What am I still here with you for? What the hell's going on? What the hell? Imagine somebody just waking up out of a slumber. T Raw, thank you for the contribution, man. I appreciate the support. Yeah, there's side effects. I mean, this is just desperation. Why y'all listen? Why do people got to do all of this to find love? All you got to do is have love for yourself, and you're going to attract what you are. All you got to do is have love for the Most High. All you got to do is live a peaceful lifestyle, and more than likely, you're going to attract somebody who wants to live a peaceful lifestyle, right? Let's go.
And so they may act out of that emotion as well. Option 3 is it is not unlikely that this has interfered with their path, your path, and other people's paths. Everybody that was involved in that situation. So any potential children, any potential other people that might have been impacted by these decisions are also going to have karmic consequences of either one of these people not being available or not being available at the right time or something being off. Or so it creates potential consequences and unexpected consequences with everybody else down the line.
Now imagine this, brothers. This is why I say be careful with your seeds, because you mess around and you get a certified witch pregnant, Jezebel, harlot. Now guess what? Your children can take on some of that generational curse or whatever you want to call it. Now your children have to, deal with the consequence. And this is why the scriptures tell us in 1 Corinthians 6:18, flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body. What? Know you not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own? See, ladies and gentlemen, your body is a temple. Once you learn how to respect yourself, once you learn not to, go out here and just wear yourself thin and do whatever you doing out here because you feel a certain way, because you may feel lonely at a certain moment. You might just want company. You might just want to be in the presence of somebody. Not understanding you sinning against your own self. You sinning against your own self. You're not respecting the body that the Most High gave you. And see, sex magic is designed to control. It's about draining your energy, distracting you from your calling, keeping you spiritually asleep. Every time you give into that type of lust, you're feeding into a ritual, a mass ritual that's empowering dark spiritual forces. Understand that.
This is why love spells are so dangerous to mess with. It's hard to get them right. It doesn't create love. And actually what it creates is a form of attachment that is really not pleasant for anybody down the line.
Some of these women are so obsessed with a man. They want to put witchcraft on him. They do a love spell. They want him obsessed with them, right? Once you put that love spell on that man, and now he obsessed with you, guess what? You might end up unalive. Sometimes y'all be hearing about some of these women getting unalive. I hate to say it, somebody's gonna get mad. Some of that be because they don't put voodoo on that man.
I said that, man. Sometimes these situations with people getting unalived, that's exactly what it is. I said that, man. But let's go.
He is really obsessed with them. She tired on. She ready for a relationship to be over with now for whatever reason, and now he can't take it because he gone crazy literally by her because she did it.
I didn't get to record this part upon doing more research while, editing this. Because if I just show you guys me talking about this, you guys might not understand the
Don't tell me these bras is pouring coffee on brothers' names. Like, what the hell is you doing? This is what I'm talking about, man. This weird stuff. Listen, when you have the Most High, this kind of trash don't have no type of power on you.
Severity of what I'm saying, and it might just seem like Kareen is just,
Yeah, your ass is crazy.
Ranting and raving as usual, yelling at the screen for you guys to wake up. But I want to show you guys a little bit of the severity on screen. I'm showing you guys some of the rituals that they do, some of the practices that they do to keep a man and stuff like that. I want to add that there's things like Aphrodite oil. If you haven't seen my Decoding Babylon, Ancient Babylon video, we talk about all the different Babylonian gods. This is why I even went through that and how they are worshipped today.
And they are worshipped today. I told y'all, man, they following the Babylonian gods. And see, the only way to really fight this is with spiritual warfare, prayer, fasting, cleansing your mind from certain images that you brothers and sisters look at, because you open in your mind the portals which give witches a point of entry, a point of entry. And you ladies and gentlemen, y'all gotta stop following everything because it's a trend. Just because it's a trend. T Raw, thank you for the support. I appreciate the support, my brother. Thank you. Yeah, you gotta let the corn go. You gotta let it all go, man, because it could be a point of entry. Let's go.
This will make sense because whenever you talk about love spells and, sex magic, etc., that comes from Aphrodite, aka Ishtar, aka Astarte, Ashira.
That's that Ishtar worship. That's why you see a lot of these bras taking pictures with their tongues out their mouth, giving reverence to the goddess Ishtar. And that's a goddess of war, also known as Ishtar, the goddess of fertility. So, these women who practice sex magic, they're very aware of who the Babylonian gods and goddesses are. And, we can go back to scriptures and point out these different idols. So we know it's very much real. And I want everybody to do me a solid. Everybody who's learning, hit the like button on the video. I will highly appreciate it. Thank y'all. Let's continue.
All of those, because they're known to be the cult of, intimacy. So there's deep pagan roots in there. And I know not everybody's Christian. To a lot of people, believe it or not, Christians, I want y'all to wake up for a minute. A lot of these people really don't see nothing wrong with what they're doing. Look at some of these comments under these ritual videos. And you have to expose this kind of stuff. But they're literally boldly, not even trying to hide themselves on a public platform, talk about the spells that they're doing to ruin people's lives. Like, they want nothing but bad things for them. And these are people that are in your life all the time. There's unfortunately a lot of people that have women friends that look very innocent. They would look.
This is why the Most High said, I suffer not a witch to live, bro. I'm telling you, y'all seen the video with the woman who put her yeast infection inside some damn biscuits, put her yeast infection inside of some cinnamon rolls and fed it to her family. You got some of these broads out here taking that ooh-wee, putting the ooh-wee in the spaghetti. Wonder why you brothers falling head over heels. She didn't put the ooh-wee up in there. Got brothers running around tweaked out of their damn mind. Back during the Winston witch trials, these women was poisoning lakes, poisoning bodies of water. Like, look, they foul, they ruin people's lives. You know, these women, they listen, anybody doing this back in our biblical days, they will be charged as with a crime against humanity. They will be charged with a crime against humanity. They will be taken to the trees. They will be, you know, taken to the stoning centers, and it'll be done with. Yeah, don't let them, brother. Y'all brothers got to know what these bras into. Soon as you walk up in a bra house, she wiping you down with sage. Before you come in, hold on. Hey, that's a red flag. Brothers go over there, she wipe you down with the sage. And she like, look, yeah, you want something to eat? Here, drink this first. I'm like, what the hell is this? You just thinking you drinking some Hennessy, some extra in that Hennessy. And you like, yeah, you know, I made you something to eat. You like, yeah, what you made to eat? Some spaghetti. Not knowing that the ooh-wee is in the spaghetti. She didn't hemorrhage in your spaghetti. Man. And then you sitting there, you think she just filling on your beard. She pull one of these numbers. She go get a Ziploc bag, she pull one of these. I'm telling you, y'all think it's a game. This stuff is real, bro. You go up in one of her closets. You like, what the hell is this in the closet? She got a whole shrine in one of her closets. Oh, that's just my prayer closet. That's my prayer closet. Look, somebody said that's happened to him. Armor of God said this happened to me. I'm telling you.
Nothing like, you know, witches don't have a look. I know on TikTok, you'll find some witches that look the whole earthy, crystals, double piercing nose rings. I tell you, a lot of people get it like it's a fashion aesthetic. I'll do a video on the whole nose ring thing.
Because up them nose rings that be right in the middle of their nose. Where they, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they don't have a certain look, but some of them do have that look. Some of them do have a look where you like, it's the eyes. It's something about around the eyes, right? Y'all, all the fellas in the building, let me know if you know the look I'm talking about. And then a lot of these witches, they wear a lot of jewelry, like a lot of alternative, like what we would consider cultural jewelry. A lot of African jewelry and stuff. They have a lot of rings and little symbols and signs, and they wearing unks and all of that. Yeah. Yo, I'm laughing at one of the comments, bro. Y'all. Nah, but I'm telling you, they got a look. Look,
a lot of people, it's a cultural fashion aesthetic. They don't want to say that. Even when pastors and ministers are preaching with that, there's a symbolism to it with certain people that know, that are powerful. There's a lot of things people do out of ignorance they don't know. And God winks at the time of ignorance when we don't know. But it is a symbol of rebellion, a symbol of slavery. You are under ownership of someone in the occult world, okay?
Right. Yeah, they feel like they own you. Like some of these women, they're not even asking, are y'all together? Now, some of these women are past that. Y'all remember a woman, so what are we? What are we doing? What are we? No, they not even worried about that. They don't ask y'all that no more. There's a reason. There's a reason a woman don't ask you, so what are we doing now? Are we this? Are we that? There's a reason why they don't ask y'all that. Because they already then conjured up something. They already didn't listen. They already then took proactive, preemptive measures to make sure you locked down. She like, yeah, y'all go together for real. And you ain't going nowhere. They didn't burnt candles and all that. Some of them. Of course, not all of them, y'all. You got to use your discretion. But look, this is wild.
And a lot of people say that's not true. They will tell you whatever to tell you to keep you in a lie. Especially if you're a Christian, it is not an aesthetic that I think you should have, especially if you're a minister as well. And there's a lot of prophets and ministers that have that. If you're a prophet, God would have revealed to you the symbolism of that. That's easy out there for anyone to see. But
that's true, man. When you walk with the Most High, you can see certain things on people, and they're not able to really pull the wool over your eyes. Even if they can get you at first, you'll start noticing things about them. The symbology will stand out. Let's see. Sui says, anybody casting spells are insecure. When you ignorant to the truth, you will do the most strange things. Yep. Says, I used to be one, thinking I'm doing a good thing. The enemy is sure crafty. Well, hey, you're a bold sister for speaking out on that, Sui. And, you know, long as you've repented and, you know, you turn to the Messiah, you know, because listen, I know that it may sound like that I'm condemning people. Really, I'm just drawing awareness. So a lot of you ladies don't get caught up in this stuff. And some of you brothers out there, you know, it's not that often where grown men reading tarot cards and, you know what I'm saying, doing witchcraft and all of that. I don't see that too often. That's just from my personal experience in life. I know that there's a few of these guys out here who do that. And they seem, and a lot of times they be alternative though. From what I've looked at on social media, a lot of the times it'll be those guys who really want to be women that will be doing actual witchcraft. Now, there's other forms of sorcery that men do. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, the whole ideology of pimping is really, that's actually some form of witchcraft because it's manipulation. If you take a woman's mind and you manipulate her mind, right, to do your bidding, that is a form of witchcraft. So, but then you look at some of these pimps out here, they look extra zesty. So a lot of them as well be having like an effeminate looking spirit. So a lot of men who connected to that, not all pimps, not all of, and not all men who gravitate towards witchcraft. Y'all get what I'm trying to say, right? There's a spirit connected. It's a look, right? But anyway, and it's a mannerism they have. But let's go.
Nonetheless, I digress. Not everybody just walks around, you know, showing that. So you don't know. They might come looking like me, polished, smile with a smile. They might come natural hair, no makeup at all.
Whoa, look at that. The first thing on y'all screen, y'all see it. Look at that. Somebody come look at this. It says menstrual blood is very powerful. I'm telling you. They out here squeezing tampons in your Kool-Aid. They literally getting the tampon, wringing it out. Man, it's a dangerous game, man. It's a dangerous game. Let me see. Somebody says, I got a witch that lives on my floor. She's always spreading salt in her doorway. That's crazy. That's what they do. They spread salt and they love cinnamon too. They be blowing cinnamon all over their damn house, wasting good baking goods and whatnot. They really believe that stuff have power.
With the veil on their heads and they're a witch, you know? So, and then the one full of makeup has the purest heart. So you have to really like have discernment with.
You hear what she just said? Is some of the women that got a face full of makeup might have a good heart. They just may be influenced by pop culture. They may just be influenced by their friends and family. And you looking at her like, yo, this shorty look like a witch. You just can't tell these days. That's why you got to stay prayed up. Let's see. Kim C says, and sage. My husband loves sage. Shaking my head. Wow. I mean, hey, I don't really know why people enjoy even the scent of sage. Personally, I don't understand it. But yep.
The Lord, because there's a lot of witches, especially in Haiti. They believe in simplicity and purity. They're vegans. They don't harm animals. They're into nature. They just, think they're, very kind people, and they want to kill your kids. And I'm not being dramatic.
Yeah.
There's a lot I've experienced. Obviously, I've shared a lot of the stories.
Moloch worship. And it'll be your neighbors. It'll be people that look like regular people, and they looking at your babies and kids and like, hey, they can get some energy off them. That's why the Most High says, I suffer not a witch to live. They are dangerous. Psalms 101:3. I will set no wicked thing before my eyes. I hate the work of them that turn aside. It shall not cleave to me. And that's the type of boldness we got to walk in. Yep. Exactly. Real 80 says they destroy sage like they did the rainbows. Yah's creation. Facts. Yep. And these grubby witches and warlocks, they didn't destroy salt. They didn't destroy cinnamon. They didn't make candles evil. But keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, the way these people believe, everything is about intention. And if you don't have your spiritual antennas up, if you're not aware, then their intentions can come true if you yield yourself to them. Let's go.
Is here with you guys. People, unfortunately, that have been lost into that world, whether family members, friends, neighbors. I grew up around church members, people that die, from practicing. Now, they be in the church and they're 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And this was in the Bible since the olden days, that they were always mixing that stuff. A lot of these and models you guys are following, y'all attracted to. I'm not trying to judge anybody or calling.
Look, they putting mini tarot cards inside of honey and like, look at this stuff.
Anybody out, but the truth must be said so people can be delivered.
Yep.
A lot of it, for you to do a work like that, there's a spirit that's in you, because to expose yourself physically, that's not from God. God actually covers, because notice he made the coat of skins for Adam and Eve, right? He covers his children. He covers them. And even Noah, one of his sons got the worst curse.
Like, what the hell is this? Yeah, this is wild. And just the thought that this is what people are doing on the norm, because like I said, I'm going to take y'all back. Millions of people watch these videos. That's alarming.
Right? Because he tried to expose his father, and to be exposed, to be naked was shame. And even in Isaiah, I believe Isaiah 48 or 47, don't quote me, I'll find it, but it was a sign of servitude for a young lady to even expose herself, like to show too much skin. It was a sign of servitude. You are of service to someone when you're naked. This is why Hollywood, all of these stars, all of these rappers, the Cardi B's, the Meg the Stallions, the Lottos, all of them, they sell this stuff. They push it. They're already in servitude to something, and they're normalizing it to you, glamorizing it to you, because the goddess that what it will do to a man. Hold
on.
I have not smelled this since I was like 10, but I'm obsessed. I am. I'm sorry. I've always said I don't like smelling like a teenage girl, but for some reason, the chokehold that Victoria's Secret fragrances have on me, it should be illegal. It should be illegal.
Hey, listen, I'm going to tell y'all, some of these popular perfumes and colognes, some of the owners, man, y'all got to look into them. You got to look into them. You know what I'm saying? Erykah Badu come out with a perfume. You better look out for it. Yeah, Victoria's Secret is evil. I'm telling you, some of the stuff that you purchase, I mean, that's why I like for us to just purchase our own oils and own scents. But when Rihanna and Beyonce come out with all these damn fragrances and scents and stuff, man, it's witchcraft on it. Why does this have a chokehold on shorty like that? Because it's probably love spells, probably that blink twice. They spray this stuff on. Some of these brothers, you sniffing that stuff, you on that blink twice mode. You done forgot what the hell happened. Y'all remember there was a trend last year with women taking their bodily fluids, taking their bodily secretions and putting it on their body, putting it on behind their ears like it was perfume. That's a real thing. And they call it, they call it dabbing. Y'all remember that? Yep, they call it dabbing. And they believe that the pheromones coming from their nether realms will attract a man. Yeah. Yep. Digging up in they privates and rubbing it all on their body. Yep, that's a real thing, y'all. Yep. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. That is a form of sex magic. That's a part of seduction. Now, I know that's some nasty stuff right there. Vabbing is what it's called. Thanks, Dre Static. That's what it was called. It was called vabbing. You can look it up. It's viral. I mean, this is what they do. Yeah, somebody said basically real world enchantment. Yep. Absolutely.
I mean,
I want to see what she had to say about the person.
You see a fine woman, you don't want to pray or have discernment first. You see a woman, she don't even look all that, but you just sexually lusting after her, attracted to her. She has an Aphrodite oil on her. Now they try to glamorize those oils and call them pheromones.
2024 is the year for the girls. The girls are
So that Aphrodite oil is what they got.
Girling again. 2014 is back. We're getting our frappuccinos. We are going to wear our yoga pants, and we are going to be wearing Love Spell and Pure Seduction from Victoria's Secret. We are bringing back.
They tell you exactly what it is. It's Love Spells and Pure Seduction.
Victoria's Secret fragrances, you guys. I have not smelled this since I was like 10, but I'm obsessed. I am. I'm sorry. I've always said I don't like smelling like a teenage girl, but for some reason, the chokehold that Victoria's Secret fragrances have on me, it should be illegal. It should be illegal. I mean, I seriously had everything. I had the Victoria's Secret pink, warm and cozy, fresh and clean. I mean, I had them all. Bombshell, tease, very sexy, all the above. And I remember specifically this one, my mom was like, I'm not buying that for you. You can't wear something called Seduction. And I was like, Mom, please, it is just a fragrance.
Hey, man, my chat ain't got no kind of chill at all, bro. Y'all be on one. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I didn't even want to go there, man. With some of these, when vabbing goes wrong, I ain't even want to go there where vabbing goes wrong. They get to vabbing and they think it's men that's gonna be attracted. And all you see is flies, just flies. Just flies and rodents. No men attracted. They get to vabbing and ain't nothing. Waggers are eating them damn seafood boils. They go on a Red Lobster eating all of the fowl of the sea, and then they want to do love spells. Man, come on, bro. We ain't even had to go there. We ain't even had to go there. But I'm telling you, yeah, the sexy red edition. Man, listen, that's a bad look. Yeah, they become Lord of the Flies, trying to get a man become Lord of the Flies out here. All of a sudden, roaches is popping up. Come on, man. Y'all pulling up the juicy crab and then wonder why you having them issues. That's why the Bible tell you not to eat that stuff. Bible tell you not to eat that stuff. Yeah, anyway, we're gonna keep going. Let's edify. Let's edify. Let's go.
But now I'm 26 and I can buy it. So absolutely love this. She ended up letting me get it. I used to alternate these two every other day at school, all through middle school. They're not as cute as they used to be, but still, I'm into it.
And then they'll tell you, oh, there's a science behind it, and this is what it's.
And then they saying them BBLs is letting off a rancid smell. Y'all been hearing about that? They said them BBLs is horrid. That's why you ladies got to be happy about what you got. They say them BBLs is smelling like dumpster juice. They say them BBLs is smelling like peer pressure out here in these streets. I'm telling you. They say them BBLs is smelling like poverty. That's what they saying. They said it's letting off. They said it smell like genocide. They say them BBLs is out here smelling like them Hitler furnaces. That's what they say. I'm telling you, man, that's going viral right now. That's going viral right now. Y'all ladies better think twice about that. They say them BBLs is smelling like the Great Depression. I'm not lying. I've been looking at the internet. The internet done told us. I've seen women actually sit there and talk about their BBLs. And they said it smells like a constant open wound. I'm telling you. Yeah, I mean, that's what they say. And all kind of bacteria and all of that. Yeah, they said it smelled like the Holocaust, bro. That's what they say. That's what they say. But anyway, let's go.
Reading this and that, blah, blah. Child, the education.
I already know I just pissed a lot of people off with that New Breed. That's so insensitive. Listen, this New Breed Global Truth, we raw with it. We talk, I talk, we chop it up. Like if you real sensitive, you know, hey, I don't know what to tell you. This is what we do over here. We do what we do. Let's go.
System will try to teach you something and tell you the sky is green, and you'll buy it. They'll piss on you in a vulgar term and tell you it's rain, and you'll buy it. My people perish for they lack knowledge. Okay? So a lot of these men, they don't have discernment. You catcalling everybody. You walking up to everybody sleeping with demons.
Yeah, that's real talk. These bras be demons, man.
The whole time she has the oil attracting you, and then now you stuck with a psychopath. Like she's crazy, ruining your life, taking all your funds. You feel stuck. You alienated yourself. Can't be around family.
Yep. Can't have friends. Can't, you know what I'm saying? Can't go nowhere. You on lockdown. Can't do nothing. Can't say nothing. I'm telling you, man. Y'all brothers better be careful. You listen, a bra to turn you into just a shadow of your former self, because she didn't put that root on you. She didn't put that hoodoo juju on you. Now you're a shadow of who you used to be. You don't even smile no more. You can't even talk to your homeboys on the phone. It's crazy.
Your spiritual life is dead. You think you're happy or not, you're in a trance. It's not your free will. People say witchcraft takes your free will. God gives you free will. It's a choice. Because God speaks to you even in the midst of it. You can't get out of witchcraft. There's things people, yes, pray for you, but God gives you a way out. You'll know. Some of y'all willingly choose to be in bondage and slavery. The lust, God will speak to your heart. Y'all need to share these videos with your brothers. You need to share these videos.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sharing it with my brothers because, brothers, it's real out here. It's the summertime. These bras walking around dressed any kind of old way. That's a red flag in itself. I mean, I understand it's hot outside and nobody walking around with sweaters or a nun outfit on, but some of these women be dressed in a way where you know they just trying to get attention. They just trying to be seen. They just want you to, you know what I'm saying, thirst after them, lust after them. Nah, don't do that. Turn the other direction, man. I'm telling you, focus on your bread. Get the money. Why? Because your money is going to help you secure your life, your lifestyle that you want for your future, for your children, your legacy, your dynasty. Now, am I telling you to be money hungry out here and be wicked for money? No, that's not what I'm saying right now, because you got religious folks that are twist up what I'm saying. Money is just a tool, and you brothers got to get to the bag. Why? That bag is going to help you secure your future. That tool can help you start your own business. That tool can put you in a place where you have some self-sufficiency and some freedom. That tool is needed. A lot of these women, they just want to take anyway. These witches ain't trying to add to your life. These witches don't want to see you brothers grow and develop. No, they want to take everything you have and leave you to a piece of bread. Leave you broke without a dime. Don't do it. Don't do it.
With your fathers, your uncles, your husbands, your wives, everybody needs these videos. Your daughters. Because there's people literally doing this. Men do this too.
Yeah.
Men do this too. Which is insane.
Yeah, she said it, which is insane. which is insane because you don't see too many regular men doing that. You don't see too many regular men doing this stuff right here, all them mixing all these concoctions. Only these sassy brothers, sassy guys out there, they do this. You don't really see men doing this unless he's sassy, right? Let's just keep it a buck. And if you are sassy, repent. Repent. Let's go.
They do it. And some men are so deep in it, they don't even know that's what they're in. You know you don't love the woman, but you can't leave. You feel stuck. Everything in your life goes wrong.
Mm-hmm.
When the woman do love, this is how it backfires when you do love spells. He start hitting on you. A lot of these women, I'm not saying for all, a lot of these women, you're in a relationship, he beating on you. You know what you did. He's sleeping with your kids. He becomes a drunk. He can't keep a job. He becomes obsessed with you. He won't let you leave him. He starts to threaten you. It backfired.
Damn, you see how she just said, you know what you did? She said, you know what you did. Like, she's talking to a lot of women personally. Like, let me see. Hold up. Looked like my chat was frozen. My bad. Say, you know what you did. She's talking to, let's see, she did it too, right? She's telling them ladies, y'all know that y'all was behind the scenes putting roots on some brother. You know what you did. You know what changed that person's personality. You know what had that person lashing out. But guess what, brothers? Unfortunately, in a court of law, that shit ain't gonna matter. They not trying to hear it. She put a root on me, Your Honor. There was a root. He gonna say, yeah, you're gonna, you know, hey, go root your ass in that box, in that jail cell. They not trying to hear none of that. See, it's a spiritual war that can ruin your life in the physical. Proverbs 6:24, to keep you from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee. Yep. That's why you can't be walking around here like a pit bull with your junk out, chasing every single junk that's out here. You just can't do it, man. It's a different time, bro. You know, when we was children, we thought as children, but now, man, brothers up towards my age, my demographic, man, you just gotta stop chasing. It ain't hunting. I know we supposed to be hunters, but that ain't hunting. That's running through landmines. That's running through landmines. Forget everything that we was taught when these guys talking about, man, we naturally hunters and we got to go book and pursue women and da. Yeah, we're going to naturally, we see a woman we attracted to, we're going to talk or whatever the case is. But we don't have to be hunters. It's the year of the Sigma. This is the year of the Sigma male, man. Forget all that alpha BS. This Sigma, man, we chilling. We playing the cut. We trying to get our money right. We watching the scene. We soaking up game. We just being observant. If it's a woman that's meant to be for us, guess what? Whatever work we're doing, then you're gonna meet that woman in that respective field of work. Whatever it is you're doing in life, you'll meet that woman. She will act as an assistance to you. And all you were doing was focusing on your destiny. And she's seen somebody who going somewhere. She's seen somebody who locked in.
For a lot of them, the man would do the love spell to try to keep the woman, but it turns on him. He becomes obsessed. He can't keep a job. He gets so obsessed, he becomes violent. Starts hitting her until eventually, if he either takes her life, end up ruining his, or if she finds the Lord or some common sense, there's an olive branch poured out.
What is this?
I keep telling y'all. Y'all gotta put it.
Why she?
I also recommend my.
Why she rubbing it on like that? Hold on, y'all. Oh, look at the name of this, y'all. They putting voodoo coochie on. And why does it look like Hennessy? Why is it brown? Like, where did that come from? What is that? What is this?
That person that you want to drive crazy. What I also recommend my customers doing, and a lot of the customers that come in actually swear by this product, and they also love the technique that I tell them. So what you would do is, whenever you are getting out of the shower, instead of applying oil directly, mix it in with your lotion, put a couple drops, and rub it in your body. Remember to always have your intention in mind.
This
Ew.
is what we're gonna talk about. This is what we're gonna talk about. This crazy in love oil. I keep telling y'all gotta put it where y'all need to put it. It gets him every time.
See, man. Hey, look, brothers. Come on, bro. Yeah, and see, this would it be. She got all this makeup all on her face. Why was she rubbing it like that? Like, somebody said now they giving Diddler vibes. For real. Like, listen, some of these women be predators, bro. Like, that's some desperate stuff. Like, y'all thinking these women, because they got this disposition about themselves and they got their noses all pointed in the air, and you know, they walk around like they don't stink. You thinking they don't want no man, but when they at home, they rubbing a doobie oil on them. They rubbing a doobie oil like, yeah, gonna catch one like it's Pokemon. Gonna catch one today. Gonna catch me one today. But see, the thing is, a lot of these witches be socially awkward. They be socially awkward. They don't know how to just approach a brother. Hey, how you doing? Yo, hey, you know, you look like a handsome brother, whatever. They don't know what to say. They just go resort to rubbing the doobie oil on a face. they resort to the doobie oil like, well, I'm gonna catch me one today. That's weird. Ma'am, you're weird. That's not normal. Why don't you just get you a library card and go talk literature? Like, what is going on in 2025 where people got to rub bodily fluids on a body thinking that's going to attract somebody? Laura Lee laughing, talking about the doobie oil. I couldn't find no other name for it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep it clean. They putting the doobie oil on them. Somebody said, I blame Trump. What? It's been going on long before Trump. Let's go.
And I'm going to use every drop of this until it's time for me to open up my new. I'm not opening up my new bottle until this is done.
So you're going to use every drop of it until you get the man you're looking for. If it was that effective, why the hell it take the whole bottle and then some? See how crazy that is? If it's so effective, why you got to run through bottle after bottle? Listen, them men don't care what the hell you smelling like. You look creepy, ma'am. Why? Because you're doing witchcraft. Yeah.
Ladies, I feel like y'all not listening, because the girl who put me onto this, I listened. You need to listen.
But where's your man at? So it didn't work. Now you just running around smelling like doobie oil. I don't get it. Born Row, my brother. Thank you for the support, man. He said hashtag not for sale. That's what I'm talking about, man. My brother Born Row. Y'all make sure y'all support that brother's platform too. Another brother in the faith, stand-up guy. Yup. Somebody says her eyes are tripping me out. Yeah, she look creepy. It's giving Pennywise. It's giving Pennywise, man. That's what it's doing right now. Why? Because she tapping into them damn foul spirits.
It gets him every time.
Yo, what the?
Every time.
Yo, what? Hold up. What was that? Nah. Am I tripping? Am I tripping or did she just glitch? What did I just see here?
It gets him every time.
Bro. Hell no. Hell no. Nah. See, brothers, you got to get up out of there. See that right there? When a shorty start acting like that, shifting them out, you got to get the hell on up out of there, man.
Every time. Click the link below. I'm tired of talking to y'all. But I'm gonna let you know how my date was tomorrow. Because it's gonna be good.
She gonna let us know how her date was tomorrow. That dude gonna be up out of there. He gonna get in there. They sit down for dinner. He gonna be like, man, I think they got a sewage problem in here or something. What the hell going on? Let me stop, man. Like this is just wrong, man. This is wrong. And this is what these witches is out here doing, man.
Want to be magnetic? This is how you do it. Charismatic, get people to do your bidding. This oil from Art of the Roots, this is the spellbound oil in specific. I always keep it here at my beauty station, my vanity. Use in the mirror. I always say things like I'm charismatic. I have a mirror right here. I'm charismatic. I am magnetic. Everybody always goes out of their way to help me. I also have Loverboy right here. The last time I did Loverboy, y'all watched it happen. I had a man run across the street and tell me how beautiful I was and ask me if I had a boyfriend. And I was like, I'm married. Thank you. Like, he literally ran across the street to come.
There's some Addams Family stuff going on.
Tell me that. And try to get my number. So these two together, lethal. Want to increase your spicy appeal? This is Deadly Attraction by Art of the Root. For my friends, if you know, you know. This is their greatest, strongest love, passion, and seduction oils that the brand offers. I'm going to show you how to mix it.
Does she have a filter on her face? Because she looks like a Disney character or something. Listen. This is crazy, man. This is going all over TikTok. It said, listen to this.
Jen, any thoughts?
And prayers. You're going to need them.
Exactly. She already knows stuff right now. Exactly.
Latest little game of yours. Thank the stars it's over. Did you have fun? Did you get everything out of it?
He says, me after putting a love spell on her boyfriend, forcing him to come back to her. You know, that's crazy. Listen, when you with the Most High, can't nobody force you to do a damn thing. Can't nothing force you to do nothing. I mean, Nay says, LOL, I'm enjoying this. Yeah, this is one of those broadcasts, man. We got to go in, y'all.
Your system.
A lot of y'all have husbands that won't stop cheating on y'all because they're under spells, because of their infidelity with countless other women. They can't be faithful. And do you know adultery is attached to poverty? Adultery is attached to poverty. That is in the Bible. It talks about the man that sleeps with the woman, the wayward woman, loses his money.
Yeah.
And the Lord revealed that to me personally. He revealed that to me personally, that sexual immorality.
Brothers, you gotta stay away from these hoes, man. You know, I don't know if y'all seen that clip where the guy goes into a school and it's a bunch of kids there. And I think it was like a DARE program. And they was like, what are you addicted to? And he was like, I'm addicted to hoes. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know that's everybody started laughing. He like, that it ain't funny. No, real talk. In this modern day and age, where a lot of these women are soliciting themselves and moving a certain way, a lot of brothers get caught up and they lose everything they have. They lose it all. These women can be an addiction just like a drug. So look, make no mistake about it, man. Brothers, you got to focus on that money. Get your money. Practice semen retention. Exercise. Work out every day if you can. Practice on eating the right foods. Take your supplements. Take your supplements every day. Work out. Read your scriptures. Watch positivity. Stay out the way. And that goes for young and old. Young and old, brothers. Yeah. Yeah, stop it, man. That's right. It'll rot your inside out. Trick-or-treating on these broads. Every last one of them. And out in Atlanta, I know a lot of the women out here are, a lot of them are 304s, even ones you won't suspect to be a 304. So you brothers got to be careful, man. Be allergic to that. Get your money. You either a duck or a goose. You either a boss or you a trick. You either on top of your game or you at the bottom. That's just what it is, brothers. Let's go.
Is attached to poverty. This is one of the things. The adulterous woman is not just a literal woman, it's a man too. You know, the terms as they translate into the Hebrew, because people say, why just the woman? No, it's men too.
Mm-hmm.
If you read the whole Proverbs on the adulterous woman, there's men that have those attributes. They wink with their eye. They seduce. Come over, my wife's not home. Oh, we're not on good terms. We're not this, we're not that. And y'all believe it. You fall into a pit of illnesses and all types of stuff. This is why sexual immorality is attached to poverty. Care? None of the kings care. They all have multiple wives.
Yeah, she said some real stuff. None of the kings care because they had multiple wives.
Care? None of the kings care. They all have multiple wives.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. But let's continue. Let me see if I'm just trying to see if there's any more clips. And I don't think it is, but nonetheless, had to keep y'all brothers and sisters informed. Yeah, Tanya says, I really respect men who are not desperate for it. Nay says, what scripture is that? I'm not sure the context in which he was speaking, but you already know what I believe here on my platform, and you already know what I've taught over the years biblically. You know, when it comes down to it, a man should be open, transparent, and do what he do. You know what I'm saying? A man has the right to have more than one wife. It is what it is. It doesn't give us men the right to be out here just, you know, being wicked and doing things that we shouldn't be doing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's a whole nother topic, and I'm not even about to go there, right? But nonetheless, we're going to have more material coming. I don't know where our likes are at, but we can get those up. That would be highly appreciated. I'm just reading the comment section before I close out. But you brothers got to be careful out here. You sisters too. Some of these men out here, they into the dark arts too. You know, that's why you got to ask these people what they believe in. Yeah, let the bishop have one wife. I believe that's the scripture that she shared. But that's talking about a bishop. When's the 200K celebration? We're going to do that real soon, man. I'm going to have a special guest up there too. Maybe a couple special guests. Yes. Thank you for reminding me of that. We got to get that. We got to get that set up I don't know how I let that. I forgot about that. We will have the 200K celebration stream. It is coming soon. All right. We done went over 200K. We had 205,000. So, you know, all praises to the Most High for that. Let's give it up for that. Thanks to you all. And, you know, hopefully y'all got edified from this broadcast. If so, do me a favor. Ladies and gentlemen, and support newbreedglobaltruth.com. Support the work.
They working against us. They hate our souls. They hate us. They hate our righteous indignation. They hate the exhortation that dwells in us. They hate our love. They hate our conviction. They hate the fact that we repentant. They hate the fact that we truthful, honest, and bold. They hate our courage. Them devils hate us. We're not finna line ourselves up with these weirdos and freaks, but these weirdos and freaks. They working against us. They hate our souls. Weirdos and freaks. But these weirdos and freaks, they working against us. They hate our souls. New breed.